So you're thinking of moving to Sacramento, California? Whether you're drawn to its affordability, outdoor lifestyle, or proximity to the Bay Area, the city has a lot to offer. But just like any place, there are a few things you should know before you decide to pack your bags. In this video, we're diving into the pros and cons of living in Sacramento, California to see if it's the right move for you. We get calls, texts, emails, and Zooms every day from people just like you who are thinking about making the move. So feel free to drop into the description and shoot me a call, text, email, or schedule a Zoom. Whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 from across the country or even down the street, we're here to help people all around the world. For a quick overview, Sacramento is California's capital city. It's located in the northern part of California's Central Valley. The city proper has a population of about 525,000 residents, with over 2.3 million in the metro area. Now let's get into the pros and cons of living in Sacramento, California. So for the pro, we have affordability compared to the rest of California. The housing costs are significantly lower than the Bay Area and LA, with the current median home price of $545,000, which is thousands of dollars less than those two that I've just mentioned. And the rent is more manageable. You can find a place out here that's about $2,200 per month. Yeah, one time I was at my godbrother's birthday party in San Francisco, in downtown San Francisco, and I was speaking to a couple, and they were saying that their rent for a 1-bedroom and a closet and 1 bathroom was about $4,500 per month. And I was like, oh my God, you can get way more than that out here for the same amount. There's definitely a huge difference, even though it's only like an hour, 45 minutes away. And there was even a house on MetroList, because sometimes I like to just look to see what those prices are. I think there was one near downtown, and it was about $16 million. And the person that was selling it was renting out another place for $32,000 per month while getting his other home renovated. So I was like, who has this kind of money? My goodness. So clearly a huge difference compared to out here. With that said, there are still some challenges because it is still higher than the national average. There are a lot of Bay Area residents moving up here, which has driven up some prices. And the Sacramento area has been a competitive market and has held steady for the last few years, with it being in a seller's market. Now you're going to find a ton of new homes coming out here. Sacramento is expanding like crazy. You'll find new homes in the North Natomas area, definitely the Roseville area, West Roseville to be more specific. You'll see new homes in Folsom, some in El Dorado Hills, also in a little bit in Carmichael, some new homes in Elk Grove and the Vineyards area, and even at the Delta Shores area as well. Now you'll also find some new homes in some pockets of Sacramento, which is like some landfill development, and some new homes in Davis and in Woodland, California. And then those are from more of the regional and national home builders. Now going outside of that, in like the Auburn, Penryn, Loomis area, you'll find custom built homes out there, and in Greater Bay as well. The biggest drawback when it comes to new homes out here is the Mello Roos and or HOA. HOA is pretty standard. I'm pretty sure you've heard about HOA. If not, it's just an association of which they have people who will maintain the front areas, and then there is permission needed if you want to change the exterior of your home. And it all depends on case-by-case basis on the types of HOA that they have and the fees as well. Mello Roos is a little bit different, especially here in California. It is pretty much an additional tax that is added on to the property taxes, whether it's for the street lights, the police departments, fire departments, some funding the schools, and things like that. Depending on the zip code of the greater Sacramento area, you are looking between 1.3 and to 1.9% for the property taxes, including the Mello Roos in the greater Sacramento area. But there are also a ton of older homes as well. I mean, some of the oldest ones you'll find that are built in the late 1800s and also in the 1900s, and that's definitely in the downtown and midtown area. And then once it starts to spread out a little bit in Lamb Park, Curtis Park, even the Tahoe Park, East Sacramento, and yeah, and it keeps on expanding. Now with those older homes, you will find a ton of character character in those homes. And in some cases, they'll be renovated, remodeled, or well preserved. There's some other cases where the homes would need some work, so it's kind of going hand in hand. But no Mello Roos usually, because that time period is already gone, because usually Mello Roos is between 20 and 40 years. And so it's either 20 and 40 years and very minimal amount, or it's already been paid off. And so with newer homes or older homes, that is all dependent upon what you would like to be in. Like, do you like the modern contemporary homes, or like the farmhouse homes, or do you like some more of the Tudor style or ranch or craftsman type homes? And that's all up to you. The location and accessibility is amazing because it's like right in the heart of Central Valley, and you're only about 2 hours away from San Francisco and the Lake Tahoe. So with it only being about 2 hours away from San Francisco, you can always just take a day trip and head down there and go to the coast or see what downtown San Francisco is like, or even go to the Piers and check out the museum and aquarium, or even see what the nightlife is like out there too. It is definitely really, really fun, especially when I went out there for my godbrother's birthday. We had tons of fun at different lounges and different restaurants too. Keep in mind though, there is so much traffic in San Francisco, so you have to make sure you get there outside of the primetime hours. Now, if there's a Giants game, a 49ers game, or even a Warriors game, just bet your money that there's going to be a lot more traffic than usual. And even outside of San Francisco, you can check out either Santa Cruz, San Jose, you can check out Oakland, Emeryville, Piedmont, Berkeley, and they all have a lot to offer in a day trip. Cannot forget about Sausalito. It's definitely an amazing trail over there, and it's like an old military base, which is super fun, but you're really, really close on the coast and get to enjoy the breeze. Quick tip, if you want to beat the traffic going there for a day trip, you can always take the ferry from Vallejo to San Francisco. And it's actually really fun. Now, you're even closer to Sonoma County, where Napa Valley is, and it is definitely what they say it is. So believe the hype. The wine there is amazing. Take a trip out there. It is so much fun. Enjoy yourself. Go wine tasting. I promise you, you will not regret it. I took my mom out there for her birthday, and it was definitely a great time. On the other side, going the other way towards Lake Tahoe, you can definitely go to Apple Hill to try out their apple juice and apple ciders, and it is really, really good, and especially during the fall, that is a great time to go to Apple Hill. And Lake Tahoe is something else. It is amazing. South Lake Tahoe is where a lot of the tourists go, so you have to go to a couple other beaches, they have plenty of them. So definitely in the spring and summer, you're definitely there to enjoy the water, run on some jet skis, run on a boat, enjoy some of the food there, right there on the beach. North Lake Tahoe is definitely way more chill compared to South Lake Tahoe. So if you want more peacefulness, North Lake Tahoe. If you want more fun and a lot more people to see, South Lake Tahoe is where it's at. And during the winter, definitely go there, and you can go to the Palisades. I think it's near Lake Tahoe. I think it's not directly at Lake Tahoe, but you can go to the Palisades. Also, there's a ton of snow there, so you can rent out snowmobiles and go on like a 4-hour snowmobile drive, or go tubing and sledding and all that jazz, while not even having any snow in Sacramento. Another quick tip that no one really talks about is Bernie Falls. So Bernie Falls is about 3 hours north. It's like past Chico and by Redding. An amazing waterfall. It is like so much serenity. Next time I go, I'm definitely taking a beanbag and putting it right on the rocks and just enjoy the mist and enjoy the sounds of the waterfall. So that's definitely a great weekend getaway as well, and close to Sacramento. Now, the con for in Sacramento, there is not as much things to do compared to the metro areas like the Bay Area and LA, but there's still a ton that you can do while living here. So for a pro, the traffic is not as bad as San Francisco or LA, but we do have traffic, especially along I-5 and the 50 and 99. And so you will see, definitely during primetime hours, it definitely builds up really, really quick. And it stays like that for probably about 2-ish hours, and then it kind of dissipates. But usually you will have that type of traffic in primetime hours. For some reason, they are always working on the 50. I wish I could do self-improvement on myself like that every single day, the way they work on I-50. Just bet that they're gonna be working on the 50 forever. And then so we do have Amtrak, just not as many routes as other metropolitan areas. We do have a light rail, and we have buses. The light rail goes up to Folsom, and the buses, they go from Woodland all the way to El Dorado Hills. But they run on certain times. I believe on weekends, they end on about 10 o'clock, and weekdays, it may be the same time or a little bit earlier. And then there are multiple airports here, but the main one, the Sacramento International Airport, they don't have as many direct flights as San Francisco or Oakland. The great thing about Sacramento is the weather and the outdoor activities. There are over 270 days of sun per year, but the summers do get really hot. I mean, it's not uncommon to see, 100+ degree weather in the summer months, especially July, my birthday, August, June, it kind of ramps up, getting close to about 100, but definitely July and August, and even sometimes September, it can get into the hundreds. So it's definitely getting close to Vegas and Arizona, but the good thing for us here in Sacramento is that we have the Delta breeze because we have the two rivers, the Sacramento River and American River. So in the morning, it'll be really cool, and that way you can get all that breeze into the house, and that way you can try to save up on some AC expenses, electricity bills. Now, being here in Sacramento, there is wildfires. There are nearby, whether it's like about an hour to 2 hours away, sometimes even 3 to 4 hours away. But from those wildfires, we can feel the effects from within the air quality. And oftentimes with those outdoor activities, you may need to be inside, especially with the air quality gets pretty bad, which is up to your discretion, but you will get an alert saying, hey, you may want to stay inside, given that the air quality is this based on this index. And with the two rivers, there are some areas that are prone to flooding. If you get like the A or V zone, it's like 1 out of 100, so you have a 1% chance of having flood. And if you're using a government-backed loan, you will need to have flood insurance that is legally required. The winters are mild and pleasant. The lowest it's gotten here recently that I've been here is only about 39 degrees. On average, it's about 42 to 45 during the winter. So we definitely get a lot of rain, whether it's a little bit of drizzle or like an atmospheric rainfall, where it's like a quick downpour and then all of a sudden it just kind of stops. And some days it'll just be like 1, 2, 3, about 4 or 5 days in a row of rain, but no snow. I think we had hail twice that I've been here about 12 years. We've had hail, but in the winter, you can literally just go to Placerville or Lake Tahoe and enjoy the snow if you like. With the outdoor activities, there are so many bike trails, parks, and having fun along the river. And the Sacramento State Aquatic Center, where you can rent paddle boards and go kayaking and things like that. A big pro is the Folsom Lake and some of the recreation around there. It's just 25 minutes from downtown, and it's amazing for boating, fishing, hiking, swimming, and jet skis. I had a ton of fun getting on some jet skis out there in Folsom Lake. And if you look on the map, you can definitely see that Lake Tahoe is so much bigger than Folsom Lake. And I was a little jaded towards Folsom Lake, especially during some of the drought years where the lake wasn't as high. But when I was able to get on the jet ski in Folsom Lake a few months ago, I didn't even get all the way from one point to another point. I literally started at probably in the middle of Folsom Lake and went down to the reservoir by El Dorado Hills. And that was a long drive on a jet ski. Honestly, Folsom Lake is definitely huge, just not as huge as Lake Tahoe, but it's definitely a lot of fun. There's 75 miles of shoreline when it's full. Now, a con is the entertainment and nightlife compared to San Francisco and LA. The nightlife is quieter, where some places, end at 2 a.m. or even earlier than that. And there's not as many of them. I know in downtown Sacramento you have quite a bit of places, but probably about 15 different places that you can go to that can close right around midnight and even up to 2 a.m. And those are like clubs, lounges, bars, pubs. There are fewer big concerts compared to SF and LA. Some of the venues, you have Thunder Valley, you have Hard Rock, you also have Ace of Spades and Doco at the Golden One Center. And so we only have 3 pro sports here in Sacramento. We have the Sacramento Kings, we have the minor league soccer team, the Sac Republic team, and as of right now, we have the A's, and they're supposed to be here for about another 3 years before they move to Vegas. Now, the food here is amazing. So Sacramento is known for farm to fork capital for a reason, where the food is definitely fresh, literally from the farm to the restaurant to your fork. There are tons of local restaurants, breweries, and events. And with some of those restaurants. Yelp has put in the top 100. There was about 6 of them in the greater Sacramento area that was on that list. Some of my favorite restaurants I like going to is Daikon, which is a Korean barbecue restaurant in the Natomas area, and it is so good. You can either make a reservation or head up there, and after they seat you, you have about 2 hours to grill your food on the grill in the middle. And some of the drinks are amazing. I honestly think Daikon may be better than Oz. I know some locals may fight me on that, but I really think Daikon is better than Oz. Urban Roots has a great brewery and amazing food as well. Their Southern barbecue is so good, especially pair it with some of their brews. It is amazing. It's sensational. And you'll walk out of there so full and relaxed. Another one that's so good that not a lot of people are talking about is called Frog and Slim. So we went there for my mom's birthday, and I don't even eat fish, but I did try the octopus, and it was actually really, really good. The burger I had, it was like melted in your mouth. It was that good. So Frog and Slim is really good. Tapas is really, really good, and not a lot of people talk about that, but that's definitely off of J Street in Midtown. But like I said, there is so many other places out here. I haven't even got to try them all, but I hope I can. And you can visit Old Sacramento, have some fun during the weekend, whether it's through going through like the saloons or some of the pubs over there, or even go to some of the comedy stand-ups, and even having an amazing food on the river. We have the State Fair that comes around every single year. So the Crocker Art Museum is definitely a sight to see, and the SMUD new museum, a science museum, is really good to see as well. But like many cities, there are some of the challenges, which is the rise of homelessness, especially in the inner city of Sacramento, like downtown and some of the surrounding areas. A higher amount of crime in certain areas of Sacramento, California, and the income gaps. You will notice there is a huge gap in income and quality based off the neighborhoods. Like literally you can be in one neighborhood and think, all right, I see what's going on, and then you go to the next one, it's just completely different. Now, a pro is the job market. There are tons of stable jobs within the government. There are so many staff services analyst jobs in different departments. We are seeing an increase of tech jobs and tech companies coming out here, whether it's like Micron or Intel, or even having some of Google come up here as well. Not as much as the Bay Area, but we are seeing an increase in tech. Now, there is certainly strong healthcare employment, whether it's with UC Davis, Sutter Health, Kaiser Permanente, Mercy, Shriners Hospital, and I'm probably missing another one, but those are some of the main ones. And Kaiser has just broke ground at the rail yards in downtown Sacramento to start building their massive hospital. And Sutter Health just got the okay to build their sports medicine facility here in Sacramento as well. Now, there are some career limitations. There are fewer tech roles compared to the Bay Area, and the salaries are lower compared to the Bay Area and LA. And some professionals still commute to the Bay Area for work. The education system here is certainly a pro. We have strong school districts here with some of the top rated schools in California, in Colorado Hills, Folsom, Elk Grove, Rockland, Roseville, and Davis. And there are several charter and private schools in the Sacramento area, and actually great for sports too. Jesuit High School literally just won their state basketball championship, and yeah, it was definitely a sight to see because they beat a team in LA with Gilbert Arenas' son, Elijah Arenas. So beat them in the state championship, and they're looking to do a repeat next year, so we'll see. Now, with that, the con is the school quality varies by neighborhood, where some of the public funding can be a concern, and some of the school districts that I mentioned can be impacted, so it can take some time to get your child into those school districts. I had a previous client, they moved right next to Pleasant Grove High School, but their daughter couldn't get into the high school into the following year because there was a year-long wait list. And then so if you do plan to visit Sacramento just to see what it's like, here's some places I would love for you to check out. Visit the state capitol, Sutter's Fort, Old Sacramento Waterfront, the Golden One Center, and the DOCO, which is the Downtown Commons around the Golden One Center, the Crocker Art, and the California Railroad Museum, the Sacramento Zoo, also Fairy Tale Town if you have kids. There are multiple farmers markets that you can check out, but we have Midtown Second Saturday Art Walk, tons of concerts in the park, the Farm to Fork festivals, rafting on the American River, Apple Hill in the fall, Pumpkin Patch in Wheatland, Sacramento Underground tours, and mural art tours in Midtown. Some of the neighborhoods you should visit that I'll definitely get into in another video area that you should check out is North Potomac, East Sacramento, Midtown, Land Park, Curtis Park, West Sacramento, because they're starting to build around in the Bridge District, and especially with having the A's here as well. Definitely check out Tahoe Park, the newer area of Rancho Cordova in Anatolia, Folsom, and definitely Folsom Lake, Colorado Hills, Rockland, Roseville, Granite Bay, Del Paso Manor, Maple Grove and Carmichael, Sheffield Estates, Arden Park, Sierra Oaks. Now, who might love it here? Sacramento could be perfect for a family looking for a more affordable place to live in California, an outdoor lover, a state or healthcare worker, someone who enjoys a slower pace but with the California perks. If you're into lakes, hiking, trails, and the rivers, you might want to look into other cities if you cannot handle the heat that well, want the big city nightlife, need great public transit, prefer coastal living, are in tech, and want tons of job options within tech. So Sacramento is full of contrasts. It's affordable for California, but still expensive. Sunny and beautiful, but hot and dry during the summer. Charming and historic, but still expanding. If you want lifestyle, nature, job opportunities, or a place to raise a family, Sacramento could be the move for you. But it all comes down to what matters most to you. Now that you know the pros and cons of living in Sacramento, California, what do you think? Do you think the city is for you? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts or answer any questions. And if you're thinking about making the move or just want some more insider tips of Sacramento living, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.